Everybody, welcome back to my channel. Tammy here from Tammy Talks. Let's talk Married at First Sight, y'all. So I wanted to do a video that's kind of a let's have some fun and guess what we think each couple said on decision day. Now, I know there are like tons of spoilers that are out. However, we have to keep in mind that the reunion I'm sorry that the reunion and that this show was filmed a while ago. So somebody could have very well been together and said yes on decision day, and then by the time now that we're seeing it, it's by the time the season started, they've been divorced already, right? So let's get into it. Let's start. Oh, before that, if you are brand new to my channel, or if you are just here, because you've been typing in my name every week, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. That way you will not miss the videos for next week for Decision Day. And y'all know the reunion is going to be crazy. Or if you want to just get a head start on following me for next season. Also, if you do subscribe, check out some of my other videos that I do for other TV shows. I do everything from Netflix shows to premium cable shows to regular cable shows to primetime TV. There is going to be something for you to enjoy. And I'll make sure to stare directly, deathly at the camera and never blink, since someone said it's distracting when I look away. Let's get started, y'all. So, Brett and Ryan. Honestly and truly, I think they're going to stay married. Now, if they're still together now, I have no idea. But I think they are going to stay married. I think because, as Ryan mentioned several times when he was talking to his friend, and recently in recent episodes, that he knows he didn't give it a fair try, and he kind of wished that he would have. But I think Ryan realized halfway through that he didn't give it a fair shot. He didn't give Brett a fair shake. But in his mind, it was too far gone at that point. You know what I mean? He seems like a person that he doesn't want to jump into something in the middle. So because he didn't give her a fair shake, he didn't give her a fair try in the beginning, he's just done with it. So I honestly think that Ryan is going to say yes, because Ryan wants a wife and a baby and a family. That's what Ryan wants. And he's looking for anybody. He's looking for a warm body to put a baby in, because that's all he wants. That's all he has talked about. He has never said that he is in this because he wants to find true love. He's not in this because he's hoping that, the experts can find his soulmate. It has always been he is in this because he wants to have a family. I mean, you can't just go adopt a child, Ryan, if that's what you want. So I think Ryan is going to say yes, because he's going to think that maybe he can work it out with Brett. And I think Brett is going to say yes, if Ryan answers first. What I really wish they would do is that they would have them hold up cards like on Marriage Boot Camp, where they both have to answer at the same time, and it's always yes, or something like that, or they open a ring box if the ring is there. I wish they would have them answer at the same time, because I think in a lot of these couples situations, if someone says yes initially, the other person kind of seems obligated, or they feel like they should say yes. So I think Ryan's going to say yes first, and then Brett is going to say yes. They're going to be either miserable and silent together and just suffer, but Ryan's going to get the family that he wants. And I think, or they're going to stay married. They're going to try it out for a couple of months. It didn't work, and then they're going to eventually separate. Johnny and Bao, both of their asses should say no, but I think that Johnny is going to say yes. And I think Bao is going to say no. Bao is checked out. Bao is done. You have disrespected Bao at every chance that you've gotten. You've cut her down. And I think for Bao, the final straw was honestly and truly Johnny going and talking to her best friend behind her back. I think that was it for Bao. So I think Johnny is going to finally take the advice of all his friends and family members in the world to have some compassion and some grace with Bao, and try to compromise with her and realize you never really gave her a fair shake. And I think Johnny's going to say yes, and Bao is going to say no, because she's over it. Zach and Michaela. I think Michaela is going to say yes because Michaela is very smitten and full of lust for Zach. I think Zach is going to say yes because he thinks that's what he should do. Because he wants to continue to try to date. He knows that a no to Michaela after the speech that Bao gave about how a no means no. I honestly think that because of that like speech, Zach is going to say yes on decision day. I think they're gonna stay married. There's gonna be a blow up off screen, and they will be divorced or separated by the time the reunion comes. By the time the reunion hits. So far, I'm thinking Ryan and Brett are gonna stay together. At least say yes on decision day. Bao and Johnny. Johnny's gonna say yes. Bao's gonna say no. Zach and Michaela, I believe they both would say yes, and then of course be split by the reunion. Merla and Gil. Gil is going to say no. Merla is going to say yes. I think Gil's going to say no because Gil can't get past, or it might be split. One of them is going to say yes and one of them is going to say no. It depends on like how I think about it, who I think is going to be the yes and who's going to be the no. But I definitely think it's going to be one of them that says yes and the other says no. And I think that biggest point of contention is the finances. Merely feeling like I'm not going to dim my light and live in poverty with you because you feel that's the only way that you can remain humble and grounded. And Gil feels that, the white kitchen appliances and the air conditioning unit and the wall are good enough for me. We're not paying for no central air apartment. You know what I mean? Like, Gil said that a mid-rise apartment is crazy. I live on the 3rd floor of my building. That's unacceptable to Gil. So, like, I feel like that finance thing is like, and people can say that it's Gil feeling like Merla complains a lot. Complaining about a complainer is just as bad, if not worse, because you're making the situation bigger than it should be. So, I think the complaining, sure, that's a moot point. I think for them, it's the finances, and it's really going to be one of them is going to be willing to bend, and the other is just like, I can't do it. I can't decide who I think is going to happen, but they're not going to make it. And then finally, Rachel and Jose, they're going to stay married, and I give them being divorced in a year. Jose is going to lie to her and tell her that he is willing to go on a trip that is, outside of the state of Texas. And I don't think it's going to happen. Or what's going to happen is they're going to go on a trip and Jose is going to completely ruin that trip for her. And that's going to be her final straw. So I feel... All right, so staying together. I think Rachel and Jose are going to stay together, last roughly a year. Zach and Michaela, I feel like they are going to stay together and then be divorced or be separated by the time the reunion would have been filmed. Merla and Gil, someone will say yes, someone will say no. I think it's a toss-up at this point. Johnny and Bao, I think Bao is going to say no. I think Johnny is going to say yes. And then Brett and Ryan, I think Brett and Ryan are both going to say yes. And then I think they will be separated by the reunion. That's what I'm feeling. Zach and Michaela, that changes often. I feel like, or for Zach and Michaela, I feel like they're both going to initially say yes. And then I feel like Zach might at the last minute be like, you know what? No, I can't. I feel like he's going to do a fake out like that. Let me take that back. I think Zach is going to initially say yes. Michaela's going to say yes. And then they'll it's either going to be because he doesn't want to humiliate her. Because she has said a no is humiliation and rejection. So Zach's not going to want to embarrass her and be the bad guy on TV. So I think Zach is going to initially say yes. and then it's gonna be something crazy like he's gonna say no as they walk out the door or something like that. So drop some comments down below. Let me know how you think everything is going to sway either way. If you have a spoiler, please don't write it. Please don't. Like, let's have some fun with it for once. So much of the season has been spoiled. If you have not already, please subscribe to my channel so you do not miss the recaps and the videos that are coming up for Decision Day and the reunion. And I will check y'all next week. Bye.